Hello, good morning to South America, good day to Africa, and good evening to Asia. We are starting our IDEA and Central Africa webinar dedicated to global majority partnerships. This May 13-16, IDEA is going to support third largest tech gathering in Africa, which will happen in Brazzaville, together with our partners from Republic of Congo government, hosted by Prime Minister of Congo Republic. And we would like to present partnerships with global majority countries from India, Hong Kong, Europe, Luxembourg, and of course, Africa, and tell a little bit more about our developments and planned projects. So it's not just a webinar, it's more like gathering and reporting of the actual results of our work. So first of all, I'd like to give a floor to the chairman of IDEA and the president of Africa FinTech Network, Dr. Segun Aina, for his opening welcome address and his vision about why Central Africa is important now, what's going to happen in digital economy space in this region, and how we with IDEA can look forward to support this emerging region. Thank you, Dr. Segun.
Yes, thank you, and a good day to everyone from every part of the world. Let me first of all start by, appreciating the Secretariat of International Digital Economies Association for putting together yet another great event, which has promises of transforming nations, of transforming individuals. Kudos to you, Amor, Alex, and the rest of the team. And I want to also welcome and thank everyone on this call for sparing the time to be here to support these partnerships that is evolving between many organizations and many countries, which is the spirit of IDEA. IDEA, which is International Digital Economies Association, as we all know, is a conglomeration of digital leaders from across the world. I think at the last count was from over 90 countries, and it is still growing. And the whole idea is for us to make changes in the digital space, in the digital economies of the world, so that the world, both the West and the developed world and the digital majority, which the world regards to as the as the South, can have the same level of development, which should be for the betterment and for the benefit of everyone on this planet. And in the spirit of that, we hold regular regional seminars to focus on countries, to focus on regions, to focus on continents. And today it is time for us to focus on Central Africa. As you very well know, Central Africa, Africa itself, I know as a matter of fact in my role as president of Africa FinTech Network, that Africa itself is divided into about 5 regional economic zones, of which CEMAC is part of it. CEMAC means Economic and Monetary Community of Central Africa, comprising Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon. Central Africa is a region that is resource rich, but we need to help and support its desire to be digitally connected to the entire world. As you very well know, about 6 of the top 10 fastest developing countries in the world are in Africa. And the Central Africa region also has a very, very high rated growth rate, about 8% growth annually, which is really, really high compared to other parts of the world. But yet, about 68% or so of the people living in those regions are not financially excluded. That means they may not have access to financial services. Internet subscription at about 2023 was 36% only. So you can see that there's a lot that needs to be done in terms of digital infrastructure to connect the populace, and of course, connecting with the rest of the world, connecting with the rest of Africa to learn from what is happening so that we can lift up the majority of people in this region and be properly connected to the world. That is the purpose of this program, which is in line with the objective of International Digital Economies Association to rally around communities, to identify strengths and weaknesses of different regions and see how we can learn from their strengths, and also see how we can help to support improvement in their weaknesses and turn it into a strength, so that working together, we will see traction, we will see progress, we will see digitization in every part of the world. That is our goal, and thank you very much for joining us on this journey, which I know, in the past almost 2 years that I've been on it, I found it extremely interesting. The people behind IDEA are fantastic people who are committed, who are resourceful, who are energetic in making sure that things do happen. And we have seen things happening the last 2 years that we have been on, and things are still going to happen. So thank you very much, everyone, and I welcome you to this very important webinar.
Thank you very much, Dr. Segun. Indeed, we feel your energy you give to everyone, all our members, and organization and global majority overall. Now, Christina Amor Maclang is Secretary General of IDEA. Tell us a little bit more about how IDEA helped to bring continents by the way of technology and digital technologies together. And maybe tell us a little bit more about how we established that partnership with government of Republic of Congo, and what are the plans IDEA would like to implement during ASEAN program, and of course after that.
Thank you, everyone. And my name is Amor Maclang, and I'm here expressing our deepest gratitude because the programs that we do in the International Digital Economies Association would not have happened without the support of our 92 member countries. 30 to 40% of those partners are actually governments, many of whom are either advisors or digital ministers. As a matter of fact, just before this call, that's why I ran a little late, I had a call with the Office of the Deputy Minister of Malaysia, and they will be joining IDEA very shortly. So they are the current chair of ASEAN. But this is not about ASEAN. Tonight is all about this incredible region from which we all came from, right, Baba Sigun? There's
Yes,
always
sure.
African from in all of us. Yes. And uh, I cannot talk about IDEA without talking about its one of the most formidable regions propping it up, and that is Africa. And you just heard from my chairman, my mentor, and all of our Baba in the Global Digital Majority. I remember May of 2023, was it, Baba Sigun, or 2022 in Rwanda, when we
Yes.
were welcomed by the Africa FinTech Network. This really was the beginning of IDEA for us. And they gave us the inspiration to really start this program. And now we're deep diving into the heart of the 54, 55 countries strong. Papa Sigun would always tell me, Amor, stop referring to Africa like it were one country. So tonight, so last January, I had the pleasure of experiencing for the first time um, Western, Western, uh, um, Western Africa, specifically its largest digital economy, which is Nigeria. And I'll tell you guys, out of that meeting, in 3 weeks' time, we will be rolling out together with Apollo and also with a university a pilot for agritech, because Africa is where it happens. And today we are cementing that commitment to Africa by going to the heart. of Africa, which is Central Africa. And we always say we're not going to talk to you about statistics. Tonight is a commitment of the global majority to start a year-long, if not multi-year-long journey supporting the 11 francophone speaking countries in Central Africa. And it is my honor. You just heard, following the steps of our chairman, Dr. Segun, who is bringing the Africa in us to around the world, right? So we will be seeing Africa in Canada in August. We can't wait to bring Africa in Central Asia in Novgorod in June. And we can't wait to connect Africa to China in July. Tonight, you will be hearing from our partners, and we would like to thank and support at the same time Monsieur Luc Misidimbazi, who is the advisor to the Prime Minister of the Republic of Congo. He is organizing 11 Central African countries to come together, and we look forward to partnering IDEA with them. Next, of course, is one of I need to say one of my favorite European countries who has a big heart, not just for Africa, but for ASEAN and very soon Latin America. All important partners, and we look forward to partnering with you, um, Miss Annabelle Fontenot of the Luxembourg House of Financial Technologies. Tonight is important because we wanted to connect you to two very important partners, not just CMAC, but also at the same time, the Africa FinTech Network, by way of our chairman and also our CEO, Dr. Patrick Ponte. We cannot talk about Africa without talking about one of its major investors in Africa's digital infrastructure, especially through initiatives like the Digital Silk Road and the Belt and Road Initiative. And our co-founder and president of the Hong Kong FinTech Industry Association will be speaking about the commitment of Hong Kong to also partner and our partners in China to continue to support CMAC even beyond the event. You will also hear from the fintech father of Hong Kong. Emil tells me not to say that because it doesn't mean he's old, okay? But you will hear how learned Emil is, who's the chairman of the FinTech Committee of the Hong Kong Smart City Consortium, who's also driving the low altitude economy. And he will be talking about ways by which we can bring new technologies in Hong Kong and hopefully pilot them across Africa, starting with Central Africa. I'm very happy to also welcome our co-chair for our South Asia committee, my dear friend and a friend to us all, Mr. Manpreet Singh, who will also be talking about uh, the connections we can do between one of the largest digital economies, India, and that of Africa. We also will be hearing from Mr. Gabriel Sao, who's the Secretary General of HKFI and our co-chair for our Hong Kong and our China committee on financial innovation and SME enablement through public-private partnerships. Last but not the least, supporting our co-chair, Mr. Manpreet Singh, will be Mr. Shamik Ukil, who will then talk about how we can bring more business between India and also Africa. So tonight is really a commitment. So while some of us will be in Brazzaville in 2 or 3 days, many of us will be staying put, but staying put while being committed to carry on these committed projects with CMAC. So we'd like to thank everyone. As we say, Eshe in Yoruba, um, bonjour in French, maraming maraming salamat po in Filipino. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amor. So now I think it's time to show for our partners what projects we really cooked and what we're going to do together, what are developments. So it's a very exciting time. And now we jump to Europe, to Luxembourg. We have Annabelle Albert Fontanot, who is head of acceleration
Hello.
program at Luxembourg House of Financial Technologies. And as we all know it's a big support of global majority regions. We have a great experience collaborating for ASEAN Catapult program, Southeast Asia Catapult program. And I know that you have a call for African startups this year. So please, Annabelle, tell us more about this program. What are the opportunities? How can we support that? And I know that during ASEAN, we'll be having Beach Fest for startups from Central African countries, which is going to be very interesting. And then we can invite those startups to join your program.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amor. And Dr. Sasha, I'm always delighted to be with you. While you were talking, I was thinking, wow, what a meeting we had a year and a half ago when we first met and started talking about global. I was already talking on my side global, and she come to me with global majority, and this is what I do every day. And as I say, I've got a fantastic job. I'm very happy, really. I'm very honored to do what I do, to change the world as you all trying to do. Just a brief um, introduction. I'm Annabelle. I'm actually French, but I work in Luxembourg. um, I work for the LOFT, the Luxembourg House of Financial Technology. We are a foundation, so we're not financial driven, we're impact driven, and that makes the whole difference. We are half public, half private. When I say public, we belong to the Ministry of Finance. And when I say private, we have in our board 32 corporate from Luxembourg for which we're working with. And this makes it a foundation very special. No one near, we never seen that before in the whole world. And that gives us a lot of credibility in terms of running a project and running programs because we are driven by impact. And that is very different. I remember doing my first acceleration program, and one of the private fintech association came to me and they said, how much equity do you take in each of the fintech you just presented during the final? I said, I don't take equity. I'm here to help them to have an impact on their community. And he was like silent. Because we had 10 fantastic fintech in front of us, and all we wanted to do is having an impact. But I wouldn't be here today talking about that if it was not for the support of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Luxembourg. It's them supporting all the Catapult Acceleration Program in financial inclusion. They are very generous. Every year, they spend more than 1% of their GNI to help to support the head and development in emerging countries. I don't like the word market. Amor knows that. It's emerging countries and communities. So I'm very happy to talk about the acceleration program called Catapult Financial Inclusion. It's basically to help fintechs that have been selected to boost their business, to scale their business, and to have an impact on their community where they come from. We follow them for 3 years. So all we ask them to do is answer the call for application, be as truthful as possible on their business, on what financial inclusion means for them so they can get selected. Amor went through the selection process. We are very thorough. And it's a very important, I would say, step into the program, because we always try to put together a cohort that in the years to come will help each other to develop their business locally, but also scaling with others. So this is a very important step into our program. So the programs are very quick. They're 5 days for Africa. And during those days, we don't give them lessons. We're here to help them. So we're here to actually open up a conversation with experts on the market, with stakeholders of the market, who will be there for them to develop their business afterwards and to have an impact on their underbank or unbanked community. What else can I say? For Southeast Asia, we run it for 2 weeks because it's a little bit further away from Luxembourg. So we do it differently. But for Africa, we've been running the program for the last, since 2018. This year in Kenya, in Nairobi, next October, we'll be running the 8th edition. We'll be inviting 10 fintechs who will have gone through the application call. We will be also inviting, and Amor talked about that, sharing technology between continents. We'll be inviting Farmvocacy from the Philippines, who went through the Catapult Southeast Asia program. They're very eager to learn everything about the African agri-tech segment. So we decided to take them on board as a coup de cœur, as we call it in French. As I say, Dr. Segun, I'm very happy to finally meet you. Maybe it's only via a screen, and I hope to see you soon. But really soon, in reality, maybe in Paris on the 21st of May, if I manage to join you there.
Fantastic.
I'll do my utmost. I'm very, very happy, really, to finally meet you. And I didn't want to miss this call. I'll have to run shortly, but I really didn't want to miss it. I'm very honored to be here with you, all you guys, because I think we're driving in the same direction. Make the changing, try to help whenever we can. So Africa has been our first continent for Catapult Africa. We were talking about Central Africa. We were talking about Western Africa. Catapult Africa has been running 5 editions in English. And we've been really brainstorming with iDEA, who are our historical partner, Appui for the development. It's also a foundation, an ONG from Luxembourg, supported by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And we did our utmost so that we could actually run the Catapult Africa for once in French. So we did our first edition in French 2 years ago in Togo. Because we wanted to also give the chances to all these French-speaking fintechs the opportunity to actually see what we can bring them in term of also investment. We know for them, Eastern African country, they get much more investment interest than in the Western African side. And that was a real success. So we'll be running it in French again, I hope, next year. We'll see. This year, we do it in English because we're going in Kenya. The reason why we're going in Kenya this year is really simple. iDEA is running a big conference every 2 years called the Financial Inclusion African Week. And it's done the chosen country is done via call for application, and was running on the list Kenya and Ghana. And it was decided in the end that it would be done in Kenya this year. So that's why we are going to be there in October. And my role while I'm there is to also not only run Catapult Africa there, but also to bring the ecosystem all together. FinTech, IMFs, stakeholders, investors, all together in one place so that they can see how important it is to work all together to go further. So this is what we do it with IDEA. We go further together because we're stronger. I told Hamo in my team, we are 20 people in my team. We have, I think, more than 10 different nationalities at the loft in the team. So every day we're working with different people from different culture, and we're working with people from all over the world. And I'm very, very, I feel very, very privileged to do that. So please, we'll be sharing the call for application for Africa. It's open until the 7th of July, I think, if I remember well. I know Nigeria, they are very well aware of the call for application because they always are very strong to apply to the program. But we had with Catapult Africa, since we running it, we had over 1,400 applications. We reached out 70 countries. So I know in Africa we haven't got 70 countries. So I'll explain to you why. It's because we actually said that fintechs from all over the world, but having local business in Africa can apply to the program. But they have to have local business in Africa, in one of the countries or several countries. We have over 45 partners in this program who always help us to run it. The program is really based, it's a 5 days program based on 3 pillars: impact, scaling, and funding. And afterwards, we follow our companies for 3 years on impact. So we're really, really impact driven. What we want, as they always say, but what's in for you guys? It's purely simple. What's in for us? The return on investment is their success. Their success is our success. If we can say, oh, we help them to reach a certain level so they could go further, this is the return on investment that we're looking for. So please do not hesitate to spread the word for the call for application for Catapult Africa. I'll be delighted to discuss it with you and Dr. Segun if you wish to discuss it further in another call. And that's it, what I can say. And again, thank you, Amor. Thank you so much, because since we first met, I think it's been such a wonderful adventure, and it's just the beginning, I guess. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Just thank you so much. Just a quick input and question. Even if the catapult for this year, Africa, is going to be in English, perhaps it should not preclude our either Portuguese and especially our French speaking countries to participate, right?
No, everybody can participate, provided they can follow session in English, because this year all the session will be done in English. They all can apply, no problem at all.
Okay.
Baba, Baba Sigun. Yes, Baba Sigun.
Yes, thank you very much. And I feel like that's really fantastic, awesome program. And I know you say you'll be leaving very soon, so that is why I want to come in here before we move on to the next stage. This program you talk about is a fantastic one, and we need to work together with IDEA to propagate it so that we can, deepen more the kind of thing that we are doing. So certainly another call will be necessary between you, myself, and Amor and the team to work out modality for getting mutual support for all these things that we are doing. It's a pity I couldn't join Amor in Luxembourg when she was there the other day, but I know that there will be opportunity to come around. And some of the things that we may be thinking of doing, for instance, the Africa FinTech Network has its own flagship program, Africa FinTech Festival. The next one is coming up in November in South Africa. Maybe for the future, we could align all the programs together, the Financial Inclusion Conference, our own conference, and also that we have a much bigger, organization that somebody comes only to one event, we come to for the same 3-4 days, attending 3 or 4 different programs in the same city. So that makes it much bigger and much more involving. Another program we are working on is taking Africa to the world. And we are testing this with Canada from August 5 to 8, bringing the best of Africa to Canada. The next stage will be bringing the best of bringing the best of Africa to Europe, and that is where Luxembourg will also play a role. I mean, UK is very ready to host it. We've already gotten partners. Later on, we go to Asia, the Middle East, and so on and so forth, so that every part of the world will know what is going on. A lot is happening in every part of Africa. And one of the things we are doing in Africa FinTech Network is to position every country in Africa as destination for fintech investment, because every part of Africa reside capacity for innovation, capacity for doing great things that can even change the world. So we'll be glad to work with you. So between Amo and I, we'll agree a date and time, maybe next week, to have a call with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We will work closely with Ocean, TMAC, and Monsieur Luc to try to see how we can support and augment the English to French gap, so we can have more participants in the 11 francophone speaking countries of Central Africa.
And we can use technology actually. I know there's now some facilities in even on digital platforms where you can have multi-language, so that I've attended the conferences virtually where I was able to switch from English, German to stuff. And I'm sure, and we can also do it in the traditional way if you are going to be a physical event, to get translation material. It could have an extra cost, but the value will be far more than the cost. So that we don't worry about language, because we have people in the room who speak many languages and can, I can change whatever language that they desire. That is what I would suggest to you, Annabelle, going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm sorry I have to rush. I'm very sorry, but thank you for inviting me.
We look forward to connecting separately with the Francophone speaking region under the leadership of Republic of Congo, and also with Africa FinTech Network. So this will be a four-way program between Africa FinTech Network, CMAC, and of course the Luxembourg House of Financial Technology.
Will do. We'll connect. Thank you so much. We'll discuss. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a very nice end of event here, and don't hesitate to reach me. I've put on the conversation, I've put the link towards the webpage of Catapult Africa. Please tell them that I forgot this really an important thing, actually, Amor. I keep forgetting about it. It's free of charge. So we choose 10 fintechs. We choose the fintech who have been selected, they choose one participant, and we pay for all the cost of one participant. So the fintechs, they've got nothing to lose. They all have everything to gain by applying to the program. And that is all thanks to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Luxembourg that I really always thank. And we always thank Louis to be behind. And so it's a very great opportunity. We already have more than 75 alumni, over 24 countries of Africa, which is good. So thank you again for your support, and we speak with each other soon for other events. Okay, thank you. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Annabelle. So we wish to support African startups, and Dr. Segun, thank you as well. I believe more African countries will join to Africa FinTech Networks. So I know Africa FinTech Network already covers almost all African countries, but there are still those who be able to join. And I think recently you also signed some agreements with Guinea Association. So it's really exciting to see how those emerging economies in Africa joining that global network. So from Africa FinTech Network, they can go global to by IDEA network and reach other destinations in the global majority.
Sure.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Monsieur Luc Misindi-Bazi, who is our host in ASEAN. I just like to check the connection. Can you hear us, Mr. Luc?
Yes, thank you so much. Happy to hear you. Thank you. I'm sorry, you know, it's stayed only 5 days, and we are very happy to see you in Brazzaville, Chris Amnor, and yourself, Dr. Alexander. I'm Luc Misidimbazi. I'm in charge of my first job is a advisor of government in charge of ICT and innovation. I'm also chairman of the fund, National Fund for the Digital, allowed to connect other countries. And I'm in charge also of this event called OSEAN. It's one of digital and innovation event in Sub-Saharan Africa. The OSEAN is a tech event fair. Has been held every year since 2017, and this year I have a meeting. I have this big meeting. Meeting is it takes place in the we start 3rd until 15 May, and we talk. We have many topics. The main of them is fintech. We have we are rating the government of 10 countries. Government of the Congo, DRC, Gabon, Cameroon. We have also RCA, and we are rating more of 15,000 people. Also, we have the regulator, operators, but the main thing we will have is a new place we are creating for this year is a place of business meeting. It will be the lunch with all the people will be there. We have 115 speakers, also more of 10 exhibitors will be there, and we are very happy to receive the team of the IDEA. We will have also the meeting of IDEA. What is the goal? The goal of this event is to allow to the countries to have the exchange on many topics. First of all is finance. We will have all the bank, also many fintech will come from other country of sub-region. We will have also many ICT experts on cybersecurity and also IA. And all the people will be in charge to share the experience, also to do the business. But the main thing when we started, it was to allow to the government to speak, and that is the goal of the event called OSEAN. We will have the competition of the startup in each country. We select 5 or 10 startups. We will arrive in Brazzaville next weekend. Start beginning of the Saturday. Beginning of Saturday, we will have the startup will come in Brazzaville for final competition. We have on totally 49 startups will come in Brazzaville for final competition. Also, we'll have the country meeting, special day for the GRC. You know, GRC is one of the biggest country in the world, and we'll receive many companies will come from Kinshasa and other countries, government and regulator and many actors and we'll have the special day for them to show us what is the big activities we can have in GRC. We will have also the Gabon. Gabon is one of the countries has the same size of the Congo Brazzaville, but very power, very dynamic countries. And also they will have the special moments. Special moment for finance. That's why we will introduce IDE to the countries will be there. Special moment for the cybersecurity, special moment for the companies. So, because you know we have many companies that doesn't use ICT still now, and we will try to explain them what the many opportunities they can have to a solution. And also, I talked to the sustainability. It's one of the topics we'll have during ASEAN sustainability, sustainability. Sorry, and we'll have also the team. Okay. I want that this conference and we begin the big relationship with members of IDE, because we know that in this sub-region, we have many opportunities, but many people don't know, many countries does not exactly what kind of the opportunity we can find here. And for me, it's very good news, very big things were to receive the member of ID, because we can create a new kind of the business, we can have the collaboration partnership. That is the what we are reaching on our collaboration. And I know people like Amor will bring his dynamics power to push the companies, the startup, to become also the very good partner for another company we can meet around the world. Voilà. That's a point I can take. Maybe one last thing, expected people. I already say the government and public institution, small and middle-sized companies. We have also the main player of the economy in Africa, Central African. We have also agency of the digital regulator, operator of telecommunication, banks. We are very happy to know that all the local business bank will be in ASEAN. It's very good for the partnership. They need also solution. They need also the products. They need the equipment for the ICT. They need the collaboration, assistance. That's the point we will talk. People will expect. We expect in ASEAN. Thank you very much. I don't know if you understand my low English, and try to answer, to give you more information, but we need to develop the very strong leader partnership with members of AD. Thank you.
Dr. Sasha, if I may, um,
Of course.
just very quickly, we said this in our opening, but in behalf of our chairman, our Baba in the global majority, Dr. Shegun Aina, whose vision, if you heard earlier, is to bring Africa to the rest of the world. In that program of Africa to the rest of the world, a special place for our program is Central Africa. So we will be beginning that when we travel to the Global Digital Forum together with you and many of our African leaders in Nizhny Novgorod in June, Luke. Thank you for joining us. We will have a special session, Luke, on just Central Africa and Africa in general, connecting it with the Central Asian region. In July, we are going to be in Beijing together with one of our members and Dr. Bowie, and for a 1 week China immersion program. And we will also be bringing a partnership between Central Africa and also Beijing. You will meet here, and we look forward to signing a our chairman and CEO of AFN, is here. I've already with the current chair of the Africa FinTech Festival, Mr. Kagisho, who's also our brother from South Africa. And we're looking forward to having a Central African program. Festival happening. Last but not the least, we look forward to the signing with Hong Kong FinTech Industry Association and the Smart Cities Council, along with the Luxembourg House of Financial Technologies and one of the biggest digital economy regions, India, represented by our co-chair, Mr. Manpreet Singh. And that's just the beginning, Luke. That's just the beginning. Thank you so much for opening up your incredibly exciting and beautiful region. And we look forward to seeing you together with Dr. Patrick Conte in the next few days. Bonjour, and thank you so much.
Matondo. I already speak some Lingala words. I'm really preparing for that deep dive into Central Africa digital economy. And Dr. Patrick Conte, are you here with us? Are you connected? Okay, maybe we'll wait for Dr. Patrick, but now I think we go to the home of Dr. Patrick. Yes, please.
I am connected. Yes.
We wish to see you very soon in Brazzaville because you join in our IDEA delegation, and you are CEO of Africa FinTech Network. So please tell what are the opportunities for Central African countries to join to AFN and what benefit they can get. We know it's a very powerful network across Africa. So Dr. Patrick, floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shelter. And apologies, I will not be able to use my camera right now. Thank you, Dr. Shelter, the entire IDEA team. Most importantly, thank you to Ocean for the invitation. Hopefully, God willing, as Dr. Sasha is saying, hopefully next week we'll all be there. I know already our president has covered the opening remarks and must have spoken about what we do. Specifically, I just want to, because I made the last few minutes of Lucas' comment, and I really appreciate that because one of the things we have been challenging ourselves at the network is to create a level of parity, if not parity, but try to bring the Francophone fintech ecosystem or the larger digital finance ecosystem in Francophone. When I say Francophone, the entire Francophone Africa, both West Africa and Francophone, Central Africa, into a level of parity with what is happening in the Anglophone digital finance ecosystem. Truth be told, Francophone has done a lot of achievements, a lot of good work, but they still have a lot of work to do in terms of really taking it to that next level. So our desire really at the African FinTech Network is to support the Francophone ecosystem in Central Africa. Provide that level of visibility, provide a level of networking, the access to information, the access to what is happening in the wider African fintech ecosystem and beyond. Because the opportunities in Francophone are immense. We have seen in recent times, for instance, in Francophone West Africa, we have seen fintechs that are emerging with potential to become unicorn in the next few years. There is an annual fintech challenge that EcoBank, which operates in about 35 to 40 countries, conducts. And if you look at that challenge, annually, they scan fintech for, and set a prize money of $50,000. For the last 2 years, the prize money has gone to Francophone countries in Cameroon and last year in Abidjan. So that's to show the potentials of the Francophone fintech or digital finance ecosystem. And already, one of Africa's unicorn, it has more of Francophone roots. So we are there, number one, to bring visibility to what is happening in the Central Africa, specifically in Congo Brazzaville fintech ecosystem, to spotlight the opportunities, to say, hey, we are as Africans, we are strong as the weakest link. So we want to ensure we uplift, we support, and work very closely with both the local ecosystem in Brazzaville and the entire Central Africa region. We need a stronger cooperation from that region. And to that effect, or to that end, this year, as part of our restructuring and repositioning, we now have a vice president for Central Africa. So there's the vice president sitting in DRC who covers the entire Central Africa. So that shows our commitment as a network to supporting the region. So that vice president oversees the level of cooperation, the sort of leadership that is needed in Central Africa. So I'll be there, hopefully, God willing, next week to bring that voice to say, Brazzaville local ecosystem, you're not alone. You are part of the Central African fintech ecosystem, but most importantly, you are part of a continent-wide network where the operative words are cooperation and collaboration, where the agenda, as I speak, is building a Pan-African fintech ecosystem. We want to present a fintech ecosystem, a digital finance ecosystem, where markets are almost the same, policies and regulations are almost the same, and there's equal opportunity to access capital and talent. Because those are the four challenges we face as a continent: policies, regulation, fragmentation, market fragmentation, difficulties in access capital, and scarcity in talent. So our entire agenda for the next years is to see how can we rally African ecosystem as a single platform so that these pain points can be addressed collectively. So we are here to support you, Central Africa. We will be there to support you. We'll be there to handhold you in the process of ensuring that the local ecosystem thrives and thrives on a sustainable basis alongside peers like Nigeria, peers like South Africa, peers like Kenya, peers like Egypt. So thank you and looking forward to the conference next week. Thank you very much, Dr. Charter.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Patrick. I really wish to make this partnership stronger with Central African AFN. And again, through AFN, those fintechs, companies, digital technologies can become scalable in Africa continent. And through IDEA, they can go global. So we'll speak about it later, also about expansion to other regions from Africa. And now we have Paul Lee. Paul, can you hear us? Yes. Board member of IDEA, who is the president of Hong Kong FinTech Industry Association. And Hong Kong is a home of IDEA. Recently, we visited one of their government exhibitions about technologies in Hong Kong, and it's really impressive. So a lot of topics coming around low altitude economy, smart city. So we're really wondering how we can partner to bring more technologies coming from China and Hong Kong to Central Africa, and what potential do you see in this?
Yeah, thank you for organizing the event. I think in this kind of global environment, um, everyone is talking about the US tariff, or the reshuffling of the supply chain. And I see a lot of new opportunity that from between the Africa and the China trade corridor. Um, Not just from the trading point of view, but also from the finance or fintech point of view. Because China definitely need to diversify their supply chain or the destination for their manufacturing power. And at the same time, Central Africa especially is very rich in resources and in certain industry as well that can um, work together with the Chinese company like in a complementary way. And um, well, and recently I can see the trade number is growing very fast, although the absolute amount is still pretty small when compared to other like the Western countries, but the growth rate is very impressive. And this growth in trade volume is mainly facilitated by the new fintech companies who make the payment between these two regions much more efficient than before. No matter it is stablecoin or the new initiative in Africa about the PEPS system, these are all very exciting projects that is helping the real economy to connect these two regions. And obviously, there are a lot of Chinese fintech company are very interested to invest in Central Africa. I would say Africa as a whole, but they always they're not very familiar with all this location, because when you talk about fintech, it is about regulation, about compliance, about the local requirement. So I think Central Africa could act as the entry door for Chinese company to go to the continent, because with the IDEA platform, we have very good connection with the friends in Central Africa. That's the very important starting point whenever for Chinese people to start a business in a new region. We need to make new friends, and then to start to understand the local culture, local environment, local opportunity, especially. So I think this will be a very important initiative in IDEA to help the fintech companies, or not just fintech, from other tech companies, connect these companies in these two regions, and then just to explore more opportunity. So very happy to join and meet all of you. Let me know if you come to China or Hong Kong next time. We are very happy to welcome you all and to introduce more about what's happening in this area as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul, and we look forward to make this partnership with different organizations from Hong Kong, with Hong Kong government, dealing with digital economy affairs, and the Smart City Consortium of Hong Kong, and of course with the Hong Kong FinTech Industry Association. And we have also here your colleague is Gabriel Cao, who is Secretary General of HK. Hong Kong FinTech Industry Association. Gabriel, tell us what do you think? What major technologies and projects? Paul mentioned like there's a big investment potential in Africa. What do you think, in your opinion? What particular technologies related to smart city or low altitude economy payments, or what else would be in interest of Hong Kong investors and companies in Central Africa?
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, IDEA. So there are many speakers today, and I think we are running out of our time. So let me be quick. So first of all, I must admit that I haven't been to any Central Africa country, and I think most people from Africa or Central Africa country probably haven't either come to China. So I would like to thank to IDEA for building up this platform and getting more opportunity to enhance our mutual understanding. So I can share some Chinese experience. We can discuss them in the future, and maybe we can see which part can be applied to the cooperation with Central Africa in the future. I think China and Central Africa have great potential for economic cooperation. You know, many Chinese enterprises operate there. So they are not only just large state-owned companies, but also some SME business. I believe many of you think that China only have large state-owned company. That's not true. So in fact, however, SME business is also an important part of China economy, and even a more dynamic part. So as you know, many innovative technology like drone, like robots, they are also developed by SME company at the very beginning. So in fact, how to activate SME business is an important way to activate the economy. So maybe we can look more at the cross-border payment. So by improving the cross-border payment, SME in Central Africa can better integrate with the rest of the world. So China's expertise in fintech can make the payment, make the transaction faster, more secure, and more efficient. So and it can fuel the economic growth. In addition to that, government and business working together through a framework can support the infrastructure, the trade, and the financial inclusion. So how to enhance the cooperation to increase the confidence of maybe China company and make it more convenient for them to invest in Central Africa will be maybe an important topic for the economic development. So maybe in the future we can build up this framework together. So I think through all the financial innovation and collaboration, China and Central Africa can build a sustainable economy for the SME. And also by embracing technology and partnership, we can unlock the prosperity for both regions. So thank you.
I believe that IDEA serve as that platform which helps to connect those regions which are not so much already connected and familiar with the way of doing business, with the regulatory frameworks, right? And with the right relationship, which is very important in global majority countries, personal contact. So I think going there, it will be a very good chance to establish great bridges and from China to Central Africa and from other regions as India. So India is the other largest economy in South Asia, and a lot of technologies coming recently and currently coming from India land and they ready to expand, right? So we have here Shamik Okril, who is representing India Chamber of International Business, and he is legal and regulatory advisory. So, Shamik, please tell us what opportunities you see and what are our partnership with India,
Sure.
with Chair Manpreet Singh, we can do together, and what technologies you believe will be relevant coming from India to Central Africa. And we know that your area of expertise is for African companies and investors to expand globally and to reach out to India. So please share with us this experience as well.
Sure. Before that, I just want to mention one small point. I was listening to some one industrialist in India who made a comment somewhere that somebody was asking that person which is the next big market which is not yet touched by any other area, and they mentioned it is Africa. And because Africa is on the verge of uh, huge industrialization and setting up, there is a lot of industry which is being set up in Africa. Specifically, I think from an India perspective, a lot of financial technology is getting generated. And personally, I work with many clients. I'm a legal and compliance advisor. I work with many startups in India who have developed technologies such as digital rupee, which is CBDC. This is a digital currency, and it is some part of it is also being adopted by the Indian central banks. So I think financial technology is something which is really getting penetrated very fast. Even some other countries such as the United Arab Emirates is also accepting the Indian UPI system, the unique payment system. We are also able to make payments from Abu Dhabi to India and using our cell phones. So things have become very simple in India. Even in fact, I would say there are many Western countries where these things are not available. From a technology perspective, India really pivoted during the time of COVID when even the vaccination certificates were available on the phone, whereas even in the US there were certain areas where vaccination certificates were not available online. People used to carry printed papers. So with that, I would just like to touch base briefly about how simple it has become in the last about 15 years or 10 years to do business in India. All of the setting up process in India has become very simple. Everything is online. About 90-95% of the approvals in India are becoming online. So it is a very simple. The government has really focused on the simplification and quicker process of setting up an entity in India through a digitized platform. Earlier people used to be going to 3 or 4 different departments to get a tax registration number. There are different registrations. So now today what has happened is that people don't really need to go anywhere. We help a lot of clients, more than 500 clients we have helped, sitting in our office to register their entities in India, and it has become a very, very seamless process recently. Then the government has recently also introduced a single window clearance system to facilitate trade across countries. Now, if you were to import something into India or to take export something out of India to, let's say, Africa, the entire process has become digitized, and even the number of applications and the number of documents that used to be required earlier have come down significantly. Then there are, for example, the time taken to achieve to get approvals for building permits and all, and the approvals for building plans. These also have reduced significantly. Then once any company or any foreign entity from anywhere in the world wants to do business in India, it is an automatic approval process. So you don't have to go to the government with a couple of papers to wait, and till the time government approves, you cannot do business. So it's not like that anymore. It used to happen about 30 years back. And recently, again, as I pointed out some time back, everything is digitized. So it's quite simple these days to do open business in India. Even something as simple as opening an Indian bank account used to be a very big challenge a couple of years back. Now, once you put in an application online, the bankers will visit your home, and they will collect the relevant paperwork and do whatever is needful at the comfort of your home. Now, the government has also has been, if you would have heard that just yesterday the free trade agreement with the United Kingdom was signed, which was in discussion for the last 3-4 years. And due to this, there is a lot of potential trade inflows expected into India. Then there is also recently government has introduced a unified portal for labor law registrations also. So I think what I would like to focus here is that there is a lot of potential for Indian businesses to work in Africa and many other countries, and similarly other countries should also have look at doing the business in India. There used to be a conception that doing business in India is very difficult due to several reasons. But in my experience, working with multinational companies for the last 14 years, I can say that the approach or the mindset has changed significantly. We work with a lot of African clients also, where they are pretty surprised when they see that the registration processes for a company is getting completed within about 12 days, which is of course not as good as the US, where you take about 2 days to register an entity. But we are there. We earlier it used to take about 40 to 45 days, where now it is taking us less than 15 days. So in a nutshell, I would suggest everybody to explore doing business in India. If any questions, we are always available. IDEA is doing a wonderful job connecting so many economies across the world. Amor was mentioning in the introduction that I think about 90 odd countries are associated with IDEA, and yeah. So on behalf of ICIB, I would like to express our interest in working together more.
Thank you so much, Samik. It's really great to see how the services in India improving so rapidly and so fast. Uh, we have a lot to learn, and you can a lot to share with the other emerging markets and global majority regions. Indeed, uh, here we have Mr. Manpreet Singh. Hello, Manpreet. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes. Let me introduce you. Yes, first of all, President of Indian Chamber of International Business. Manpreet is really active, and he's also co-chairing India committee within IDEA and in South Asia Group committee as well. So we know, Manpreet, you are really traveling around the world to bring that ideology of India technologies and inclusion to the other regions. Please share with us what are the plans with Central Africa, what we can do together. We make a partnership. We support Central Africa with India technologies, expertise, investments. So we will look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here as always. And IDEA is like my heart. So and the kind of collaborations that are possible across the world, not only just Africa and India, but just across the world. It's 90 countries that IDEA is there in. So that's something to learn from and use these resources for ourselves. I would like to thank IDEA for making me part of this initiative. And the learning experience that I have seen is Africa is the heart of the world, not only say the region, but the whole world, because it has so many resources, it has so much talent, it has so many opportunities. Let it be for investments, technology, that it really needs to be used properly and channeled properly. It is partnering with countries of Central Africa, which have been traditionally connected to India since a really long time. There is a huge Indian diaspora in Central Africa too, not only now, but since decades. I would say for some centuries too in some countries. So these are the kind of relations and possibilities that we need to come together, bring together, and ensure that we all work on the same platform. When we talk about India, well, it's the one of the largest uh, creative content creator, and that's how you would be seeing how it works when it comes to technology, IT, fintech, digitalization. We have achieved some things that have been thought to be unimaginable in the past, but it has been done in the last few years. When you talk about Africa, the digitization and the technology implementation in Africa, the digitization and technology in Africa is amazing. And you've seen countries like even Kenya, Nigeria, Congo for that matter, Rwanda, how they have implemented these digitization technologies and moving ahead by literally bypassing a generation of stagnation. So this is something that we can work on between these regions, between India, and leverage each other and create a whole new world. I would like to also give an example that today I'm visiting an exhibition called GSEC in Dubai. It's all about cybersecurity, security, digitization. We find that irrespective of the companies that are present from whichever country they might be, the people who are here is dominated by Africans and Indians. I think that says a lot, and that's something that we all have to learn. That if we stand on our own feet, and if it is us who are working and creating the technologies, leveraging the technologies, why should we work on the other part of the world and leverage the global south to come together and create a whole new vision? So I think that's what it is. We at ICIB and IDEA are always happy to support any kind of connections that you need anywhere in the world. We are also present in about 42 countries all over the world. We would be happy to bring you partners from northern side, the southern side. Of course, we want to push the global south. That's where the technology lies, the people lie, and the implementation is also here. So this is something I think we should come together. We are happy to support anybody requiring any connections. We'd be happy to be part of that. Thank you so much once again. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manpreet. I think at this note, we can summarize our webinar. In case we don't have more questions or remarks from the audience, we'll stay in touch in our social media channels. We will report our developments. We'll keep in touch with the audience, with all digital economy leaders across more than 90 countries in a global digital majority supported by IDEA. And wait, we'll come to your region. Now we're coming to Africa, Central Asia. We wish to be in India soon, of course, in Hong Kong, ASEAN. So it's a global movement, and we invite everyone to join that, to share the experience and learning with each other, to develop world, make it better, sustainable, impactful together. So thank you so much to all the speakers, and see you in Africa next week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you.